picture this. You have just knitted yourself a jumper in a yarn that you love. I was about to say yarn. In a yarn that you love. And you have literally just one, maybe 1.5 little ball of yarn left. And you think to yourself, that shouldn't go to waste. It's too nice to be catching dust in my yarn stash. I should probably use that one ball of yarn to make another project. Maybe I can save a little money on another, on knitting another jumper, because I already have one ball of yarn that I need. So you find yourself the pattern for the new project that is going to help you get rid of yarn in your yarn stash and will help you save money. So in order to use that one ball of yarn, you end up buying 10 new ones. And at the end of it, you still have more yarn left than what you began with. No, just me. Yeah, okay. So that's what happened to me. Long story short, I found a jumper that immediately caught my interest, that was made from the same type of yarn that I had left after this jumper, which is called the Luna jumper. Let me show you. She's gorgeous, she's beautiful. I really like the oversized jumper. I'm really into oversized jumpers at the moment for some reason. I don't know why. I think I just want to be comfy. The only reason I didn't choose the jumper that I initially thought of was because of the weird neckline. Yeah, I feel like this drooping neckline would make me feel really cold around my neck. I really dislike feeling breeze around my neck. So while I was at the store, I grabbed myself a whole sort of catalog of this season's pattern from Viking yarn, and I fell in love, guys. I fell in love with this jumper. I love the colors. I love the pastel colors. The combination is just lovely. And I did have the main color yarn, the light pink. At least I thought I had the main color yarn, so I ordered myself all the colors minus the yarn I already had. This is foreshadowing what's to come. Now, looking at this pattern, it really reminded me of pisanki, which are painted eggs that we paint for Easter in Poland and other parts of Central and Eastern Europe. With Easter fast approaching, I thought that would be the perfect project. Not only will I get to use up the yarn that I have left over from making this jumper, I will also save money on making another jumper, and now have a perfect Easter jumper in no time. Now, few things that I didn't think about. So I fell in love with the pattern so bad that I didn't realize that, hello, you have what color, how many colors to knit with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors to knit with. I never thought of the fact that I have never knitted color work before, unless you count one pair of mittens that used only 2 colors, and this has 5 colors, and I just I never thought, to stop and think, can I do this? Am I able? Am I capable of doing this? I just dove right in. The hubris of me looking at this pattern and saying, I can do this. I didn't even consider the fact that this might actually be beyond my skill set. I didn't even think like, oh, this might be challenging. Maybe I should think twice before picking up a pattern with 5 different colors in it. But yeah, here we are. We are here because I am what I am. And if you think, how did it go? Just wait and see. So that's what I have for you today. Knitting, what is this jumper called? Knitting the Evelina jumper from Viking yarn, which I think is the perfect Easter jumper. In my humble opinion, it looks like a pastel, picture perfect Easter egg. I hope you enjoyed the slightly slower paced vlog of me, Pinky, and Winnie knitting a little jumper.
Welcome, this is your life now. The way This is exactly where I realized that I need to unravel all the color work that I did so far, because I was catching floats. I read somewhere that you're supposed to catch floats that are long or longer than a certain number, and there was always like an arbitrary number. So I was catching floats, and after knitting for a little while I realized it looks like, well, it didn't look any good, let's just say that. So I had to unravel everything, and I tried to pretend that I was not upset at all because it did take a couple of days to get to that point. Unraveling took a little while as well, but it was oddly satisfying, you know, the stitches just popping out of place. It was, a bit satisfying. And then I just had to do it all over again, just without catching floats, which by the way is much easier than catching them and looks much better in the end, at least with this yarn. I don't know what yarn do you need to use for it to look good, but the way I did it with this yarn, you can see the little indentations here and there. After that, all I had to do was put the stitches back on the knitting needles, which was made so much easier after I bought myself the interchangeable knitting needles. Before, I think I knitted on those cheap wish.com knitting needles for 10 years at least, and I still have most of them, only a few of them broke, but I was ready for an upgrade, you know, and these ones are like heaven compared to what I used to knit with. As a side note, this was not the last time I was unraveling this jumper. So I did need a little bit of a break in between the knitting sessions so I wouldn't go crazy. And luckily the spring has sprungeth in Norway really early this year. Things are starting to grow, so me and Winnie were working in the garden and planting stuff and enjoying the sunny weather to the fullest. And let me know in the comments below, have you started planting already? Has spring arrived early where you live as well, or is it just us in Norway? Because normally at this time of the year we still have snow on the ground, and now this year things are already green. There is no snow to be found, to Winnie's chagrin. Since this turned out to be an Easter video, let me tell you my favorite Easter memory, because I do feel like everyone is looking forward to Christmas more than they look forward to Easter. Probably, maybe gifts have something to do with it, I don't know. But I still think Easter is a beautiful tradition, a beautiful holiday. And my favorite memory connected to Easter is a memory connected to our tradition in Poland called Święconka. If you don't know, Święconka is a tradition where you go to church on Saturday morning before Easter Sunday, and you take a wicker basket filled with food, specifically bread, butter, eggs, salt, pepper, sausage, and something we call babka, or it's like a muffin, it's a cake. And you go to church on Saturday morning and the priest blesses the food for you. And then on Sunday, after Mass, when you go home for Easter breakfast, before you eat anything else, you're supposed to eat the blessed food. So every member of the family gets like a little sample of each item from the basket, and we all eat the blessed food first. My favorite memory is when I was finally pronounced old enough and I was trusted with the blessed food in the basket and I could go to church by myself. I still remember putting on the white blouse, and the weather was really nice, and I had my younger brother with me, and we went to church and we got the food blessed by the priests. Just as a side note, this is where I realized that I messed up the pattern when I connected arms to the body, so again I had to unravel one bit of the jumper. The Saturday morning mass where you bless the food is not as important as the, Sunday mass. So sometimes mothers will let their children go to church by themselves on that Saturday so that they can have a little bit more time at home to clean and prepare for Easter celebrations. If you're wondering what's the age where you can safely send your kid by themselves with Święconka to church, the answer is when they're old enough to be trusted not to eat the blessed muffin on their way back from church. That's the ballpark. And I still remember the year when I put on my white blouse and I was allowed to go to church with the wicker basket full of food by myself. And yes, I was tempted, by the devil to eat the muffin. But I didn't even nibble, and I'm still so proud of myself. But anyway, what fun Easter traditions do you guys have in your country? Remember when I said I had this light pink yarn already from the previous project? Well, turned out I was lying. The yarn I had was slightly darker, and I wish I didn't do what I did do, which is use the darker pink shade in the middle of the jumper. I shouldn't have done that, but I did that. And I wish I had unraveled it, but I didn't. I went with it, and now it is what it is.
Soft, turn the key and cooler on. Push the pause for relief. Free pass, you don't even have to ask to be the cat in the sun. Someday I will see the whole deal through today.
Yeah.
I've got better things to do. To leave a little bit undone.
Recently, I've been watching way too many crime podcasts and videos, and anytime I see my hair getting tangled up in my knitting, I feel like, oh, I'm weaving my DNA into my knitted garment. I don't know why, but this thought just tickles me so much.
Every empty spreadsheet line, loosen up on the grind. Simmer down, settle back and mess around. Be the cat in the sun. Someday I will see the whole deal through today. I've got better things to do. Okay.
I'm experiencing a strawberry cardigan inception. It is the vibe, it is the moment. I am finally on the last stitch and I can begin to cast off. After what feels like ages of working on this jumper, let's go cast off. Last pearl. And then bye-bye. This stitch is going to be woven into the beginning of the cast off.
Stretch out, lean back, be the cat.
And just like that, the knitting is done. This looks so cute. It's so soft. The jumper is supposed to be drying.
Be the cat. Wait. Wait. Mr. Naughty Boy. I see you, Mr. Naughty Boy. You can do anything you want. Oh, really? Let my jumper dry, please. Please, mister. Mister. Hey. Hey, you. Hey, you. Hey, you.
It's like wearing a cloud.
Is that a hedgehog?
This is it for today's video. Do let me know in the comments, how do you like it? If you would like to make it for yourself, or what is it that you're currently making. And happy Easter to all of you and your family. And especially happy Easter to Suzanne in the comments, who just got a new grandson lately. I hope Logan is alright. So everybody, congratulate Suzanne on becoming a grandma. I hope Logan is healthy and growing strong and will be able to go home soon. Best wishes from both of us. And happy Easter to all of you. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I love you. Bye-bye.
I'm editing the video right now and Winnie is sleeping right beside me and he's waving his tail. He's having some sweet dreams. What do you think Winnie is dreaming about?